Hi, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Hey, I want to talk about the audiobook that you got to get, you have to listen to, and that is The Power of Believing in Yourself. It is a shame that there are so many people who are wandering this world who do not believe in who they are. They're looking for external validation instead of invalidating their own selves. It's only when you believe in yourself that others will begin to believe in you. I'm telling you, this will uproot every insecurity, every doubt that you have when you begin to believe in yourself. This leads to the other audiobook, which is The Secret Invisible Crown. The Secret Invisible Crown. Yes, one person has read this book and their lives have radically changed tremendously. This is the top seller book. I normally don't give this away or share this one, but it's The Secret Invisible Crown. You need to get this audiobook in your life right now, because this Secret Invisible Crown is a crown jewel. When you realize that you have a crown on the inside of you, then people will begin to treat you as the royalty that you are. It's The Secret Invisible Crown. Get this now. Follow the link and get The Secret Invisible Crown. Your life and the lives of those around you will radically change when you get The Secret Invisible Crown. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm out.
You know what time it is. This is the thinking class. It's when spirituality and the game collides. You have the what? Thinking class. And if you don't do nothing with it, it is your own ass fault. This is the thinking class. When spirituality and the game collides, you have the thinking class. You know what the horns, the trumpets mean. It's time to get ready for the teacher for the day. Come on. You know what it means. Do I need to rewind it? Whoa. We got too quiet in the chat room. Let's try one more time. You know what it means. This is the thinking class. When spirituality and the game collides. This is the thinking class. It's when spirituality and the game collides. This is the thinking class. Let's get some fire signs in the chat room right now. Let's go. Come on. It is that time. You ready to go? Come on. Get the fire signs. Come on. Let's get it. Come on. This is the thinking class when spirituality and the game collides. Let's get the fire sign in the chat room. You hear the horns. You hear the trumpet. You know what it means. Don't sit back. It's time to get it. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Sigma, Tisha, Leticia, Cherise, Sigma. Let's see Misha. I seen who else did I see in the chat room? Joe Blaz. I see Dre. I see William. You guys. Usual Trey. What's going on? Rain and Woman. She's here early. Let's get it. Come on. This is the thinking class. You know what the horns mean. You know. Coach Michael's here. Come on. Let's get it. You know what the horns mean. You can sleep on it if you want to. But we here live. Come on. Salute to everyone in the chat room. We here. Jono, are you there, sir? Jono.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Uh-oh, time to take cams off. What's going on, bro?
Everything all right?
Man, you know I'm pumped. I had to play that old school hip hop, but we gotta teach. Today. But I gotta play. I know I'm gonna get dinged for it, but I gotta play a little bit of it. And we gotta play a little bit, but then we're gonna end. We gotta go. That's it. Let's go into this teaching. Yo, This teaching on, now I gotta, now I feel like a real, you know what, with this now. Yo, shout out to everybody in the thinking class. The thinking class. Let's get this. Is when spirituality and the game collide. You got the what? Thinking class. And if you don't get nothing from it, it is your own ass fault. Let's go into the teaching about abundance, man. You ready today, man? You ready? You ready, bro? You ready?
Absolutely.
All right. So this is the first point we're going to make about abundance. Yesterday we said that one abundant sister was value, but today we're going to talk about the first point we're going to get out here. I want people to really get this. The more you recognize abundance, the more abundance recognize you. The more you recognize abundance, the more abundance recognize you. The problem is a lot of people don't recognize the abundance that's already in their life. So they think they're in scarcity when in reality they're already in abundance. Do you know you got abundance of health? You got abundance of air in your body. Do you know if you recognize the abundance that's already in your life, abundance will recognize you.
Because it's like same way when you have like maybe family members, when you get to a certain reunion, you could tell that they look like you, so you recognize the fact that there's a likeness. So it's the same thing when you're dealing with the people that you choose to be around, like a person that you would have a relationship or something like that. Some of the similarities that you have with them, things you have in common, like you say, those are similarities. And when the abundance is brought into the same conversation, abundance sees abundance, and then it is attracted to it with a certain likeness.
You know what's crazy about this? You notice when you're in the market for shopping for a car and you see a car that you like, all of a sudden while you're driving, you begin to see that car everywhere.
Yep.
It's like, wait, where does car come from? It is when it's amazing because I was talking to the phone one. You remember I was looking at Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
A Mercedes showed up right in front of me. It was I think it was a C. It was an E-Fit. It was an E-Class. I think it was. Showed up right in front of me.
Mm-hmm. It was the color you wanted too.
And then it did. See, that's the difference. When you recognize abundance, abundance begins to recognize you. Let me say that again. When you see abundance, when you recognize abundance, abundance recognize you. See, the problem is a lot of times you're not recognizing the abundance that's right before you. Some of y'all don't realize that you got abundance of health. You got abundance of what? Everything around you. You got shoes, more than one pair of shoes. You got more than one pair of pants. You got to recognize the abundance where you think is small is actually large, because if you were in another country, they would say that you are living in abundance and they're living in poverty.
It's true. It's true. If I'm walking down the street, the man in the wheelchair is happy, but I'm looking at the guy on the bike. But the guy on the bike is looking at the guy in the car. The guy in the car is looking at the guy in the limo. You see what I'm saying? So it's always somebody's chasing somebody if they feel that they can level up. But the true mastery of actualization is when you can help somebody get to your level so you could level up.
That's it, man. See why you in my notes, and I ain't sharing no notes with you, did I? Share notes about this. This the next one. Number two. Get this. Abundance man mindset isn't moved by others' lack of abundance. Wait a minute, brother. What you saying? Let me say this again. The abundance man mindset is not moved by someone else's lack to see abundance. Let me say it that way. You cannot be moved because other people don't see abundance. You have to still walk in your abundance. That's tough, man.
It's true. It means that there's an identity to it.
Mm.
And the identity that you have with what you claim to be your prosperity, your abundance, your value is belonging to you. It's an identity. Like I said, it has a signature. People know it's you. When people pick up the phone and they want to talk to you, it's because you emit a certain amount of value. They know you're going to bring a certain amount of information to the table. And that identity is so important to recognize it yourself. Others recognize it. That's why they flock to you. That's why they come in your perimeter and they're in your orbit. But if you could recognize it and use it for your power, guess what? It multiplies you.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's why you got to realize you.
You're frozen right now. I think, is that me or you? Let me hit you with a message here. Oh, wait, that gotta be me. Yeah, like we'll go further into it. So we have the situation with when you meet up with somebody, they know, like I said, once again, especially if it's somebody you know, they know exactly what the outcome is going to be. They know exactly how the conversation is going to go with you because they actually have put themselves in a position where they remember who you are. They remember your personality, your idiosyncrasies. But have you been able to do that with yourself? Have you been able to understand where you get success? Have you understood where you actually put yourself where, okay, I know the outcome of the situation I'm about to go into. How come I have not wrote down on a piece of paper? You literally using, a pen and paper and put into existence what the things that you want to have done and accomplished that day, and then create that day. Remember, when people deal with you, they know what they're going to get. Do you know what you get when you're dealing with yourself that day?
All right, I didn't hear another word, any word you said, but hey, it's roll, baby. Let's roll. You said about writing it down, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. We want people to write down and plan out their day, because if you plan out their day, that means you have a roadmap to the abundance level of that day. Even if you hit a speed bump, you'll recognize the speed bump because you know why? It wasn't part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think the speed bumps is part of the day, and you just gotta wave through it. Oh, that's another speed bump. Let me just wave through it. Oh, that's another speed bump. But if you're spending all your time on the speed bumps, you're not getting to the goal. If you plan out that day, guess what? You will have the plan and know what course to take. The speed bumps are obstacles that you must get over, and you celebrate the challenges, but they're not the goal. They are supposed to be surpassed, cast aside, and learned from.
Dude, that leads to number 3. That leads to number 3, which you just said. The abundance mindset opens the door for you to see all the options around you.
Exactly.
Dude, we don't plan this. I didn't share with you the notes.
It's funny how we're picking up on it, but see, the thing is, it's important. These steps are important for everybody. I didn't see these notes prior, which means if the spirit is saying, yo, put this thing out there the way you need to see it, and I'll show you how it all works together, even before it even comes out, you'll see the mastery in the lesson.
Please understand this. The abundance mindset opens your eyes to all the options around you. When you write it down, like you said, in the course of your day, guess what's going to happen? Just like you see in the car, it's going to open more. You're going to see more options for you than when you would ever see if you didn't have the abundance mindset. You have to get the abundance man mindset in your vision. Jono said the most key thing I learned from the mentor, he says, take it out of the spirit and bring it into the natural when you write it down. But you would notice more options when you begin to have this mindset.
Another thing that happens when you write it down is you take off what's unnecessary. Things that don't belong in your list magically don't look right. They start, oh wow, this is not supposed to be here. Even though it's a thought, you're still brainstorming. You're still in the vision room. Sometimes the vision needs to be adjusted. Sometimes the vision needs to have tweaking done to it. And when you're doing that, by making a list, you're going through the exercise of casting out what doesn't belong there, so it makes room for what does belong there.
Y'all better catch this one. So it makes room for what doesn't belong there. When you write it down, it's funny because somebody's sort of off track a little bit. Somebody has so much abundance in their life. I'm speaking to someone, but you haven't wrote it down, so it can't show up. Let me sit back on that one. There's someone who's watching that has so much abundance of ideas, thoughts, creativity, things they want to do, but because they have not written it down, it has no avenue to try to get to you.
It's true. Imagine if the teacher that taught you in school didn't use a chalkboard and they just started blurting off all the ideas while they were walking around the room. Would you really get it? Would you really have an understanding of what the teaching really was if a person didn't make the outline? Why do you think the chalkboard, or now they call whiteboard, of course, I just told my age, right?
Right.
The whiteboard is there to organize the thoughts, okay? To make sure your notes are congruent with the teacher's notes. How do you download them properly? I'm sure now they have a way to screenshot that stuff, whatever. I'm just saying, back in the day, the reason why the teacher wrote it down once and then you wrote it down again is so there was a literal download from the mental to the physical, then back to the physical, back to the mental. That's why you were writing it. It wasn't because you couldn't take a picture, that you wouldn't honor the picture because it was a snapshot. But if you wrote down each word and you put down each letter in the format that the teacher put it down in, you were able to write it into your subconscious, so it stuck with you. And that's why those credits for school were so expensive. $600, $700, $800 a credit, because that person was taking the time to write it out. And then you had to write it out. It was like literally 3 times the work going on there. They had to think it, they had to write it. Then you had to write it, and then you had to think it. All that had to be going on, and there was a cost to that. That's why your tuition bill was $100,000. You were doing a transfer, and it was going for the metaphysical, unconscious, to the conscious, to the secondary conscious, which is the person receiving it, into that person's subconscious. And that's why the skill level that you learned in that class is now within you. You don't need to refer to notes anymore. It's all in you right now. You built it in through the written process.
Y'all better catch this right now because it is important. Woo! When you write it down, the process Jono just explained will get somebody it's strong. Someone needs to hear this. Now I have the last point. You better get ready for the last point because you ain't ready for the last point. Someone needs to hear that there's someone who needs to know that their abundance is waiting for them to write it down, digest it, as Jono was just saying, and actually live it. I promise you, you see what I got right now. I got mine. When you write it down, if you make it come alive, reason why some abundance is not showing up is because you have not written it down. Write it down. Come on. This is Lawrence D. Aldridge Jono. Y'all ready for the last point? Let me know. Let me know in the chat room. You ready for the last point? Because it's going to be like, wait a minute. Just don't go what we're talking about.
Think about it like this. Would the Constitution even be considered law unless it was written down? Nobody would take it seriously if everybody was just walking around saying, hey, the First Amendment is like, wait, you didn't even say it the same way you said it before. You can't just say it 5 ways and all of a sudden it's the same. You're supposed to write it down.
Write it down.
Nobody even wants to put their signature to it until it's written down. Can you put a signature to your spoken word? Yes, it's called copywriting, but that's different. We're talking about law, okay? The sacred law that you need to understand the abundant level of increase comes from writing it down. And just take the analogy of the Constitution. Nobody takes that seriously until it was written down, until the Declaration of Independence, until the Constitution, until the amendments. Nobody is taking it seriously until it's written into law. Where's your subconscious law? Is it written in there yet?
You know what I'm going to say, right? If you don't write it down, it's your own. It is your own asphalt.
Listen, I'll make it even more plain. If you don't map out what you need to do by setting the course in a navigable map, then the road you take will be your own asphalt.
Whoa! We got a construction business over here. Some of y'all better get that construction business going because it's going to be your own asphalt. Y'all better get that.
Some people's head is full of concrete. They're trying to get you to take responsibility of your own asphalt.
Come on. Sitting around complaining. Let me get to my last point. The last one. Y'all ready for this one? And it's like contradiction to everything that we just said. But if you catch it, you'll catch it. Abundance man mindset. I said, this must be me. You know, I don't know. They may not be ready for it, Jono. They ain't saying nothing in the chat room. Let me know, you guys in the chat room, because we only got 7 minutes. You gotta let me know. Or I can just start the music. Maybe I start the music. Nobody gave nothing. Nobody's, super chat nothing. Do you want the last one? Let us know right now, because you're gonna be like, how does this apply to what we were talking about? If you catch what I'm saying, it's going to apply. Let me know in the chat. I need to see about 5. I need to see 5 people spit 5 fire signs. I need fire signs in the chat room if you want this. And if you're going to understand this last point of the principle. Come on. Come on. You ready? Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 19 hovering. 18 hovering. Come on. If you want this, you got to let me know you want this, because you want this abundance mind. And when you hear this, you'll be like, that go with this. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get it. Come on. I need one more person. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. There you go. All right. There we go. All right. All right. We need one more person that did not do it besides Sigma and Sharice. Come on. We need one more person to put that fire sign in there. Come on. Y'all got to stop. You got to listen. There we go. Lawrence, we know we want it. That's all I got. Y'all ready for this? You're like, this is the last one. You ready for this, Jono?
Yep.
Hold on. I don't think they're ready. Hold on. I don't think they're ready. I know I'm gonna get dinged, but they ain't ready. This is the last point. This is the last point for today, and you're going to join us tomorrow. We're going to continue. When you have the abundance man mindset, it makes you sexy. Y'all better catch this.
I don't think that's going backwards. I think that's going forwards. If you think about it, if you have your swag lined up with your level of abundance, do you have any idea what level of success and that level of confidence brings you? You just gave him a super key. That's a master key.
It's a master key. Y'all better catch. Let me look at this notes again. It says, when you have the abundance man mindset, it makes you sexy. Ask any woman that's in the chat room when she see a man with the abundance man mindset. Guess what happened? He becomes sexy. Ask any man who sees a woman with an abundant woman mindset. She becomes sexy. Let me say that again. Sexy.
It's true. There's nothing more sexy than somebody getting it done.
Woo! Oh my.
When they see you getting things finished, they know you can finish.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Say that again, because they didn't hear that.
When people notice that you are getting things done, they know you can finish.
That went over. That went over. Wait a minute. We got 3 minutes. Wait. Wait. That went over their head.
You're gonna get it. Watch the chat room. It's gonna go crazy.
Let's try this again, because we got a couple minutes. We got to go. Say that again one more time.
When people see you able to finish, they know you can finish. You're getting things done. When you're a completer, make sure that when they recognize that, they know that you can finish in other areas. That's why it's sexy.
We got 3 minutes. We out of here. The abundance man mindset makes you sexy. Y'all better get this right here. This ain't even LDA After Dark cranked up.
I mean, think about it. When you say, we just passed the first of the month, right? A lot of people, a lot of financial institutions, whatever, a lot of their due dates are coming right around the end of the month and the beginning of the month. So basically, this is a stressful time for a lot of people. But think about it. That was all last week, right? If you got to the finish line, meaning you took care of all those major bills and situations, that's a sign of accomplishment. It's proof that you can get things done. Now, if you get to that point in the week and all of a sudden you end up on a date with somebody, or you end up going out with somebody else, and I'm not able to take care of things where I normally would. Doesn't that vibe kind of throw you off? Like you don't even want to be in the same room with that person. That complaint level is there, Now the smart person realized, hey, did they take care of everything else first? If they did, then you're just coasting at this point. You used all the gas, but you can still coast to get to the finish line. But some people, they're complaining before the bills even came in. You see what I'm saying? Now that's 2 levels: the warrior, which is the anxiety, and the person who didn't really have a plan to take care of it. They're just sitting there in the land of straw. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm breaking this down is because I don't want you to take somebody that may think about the end and trying to plan the end that's totally different than somebody who doesn't have a plan and they're just waiting for you to do something about it. Because the reason why they're complaining is for you to do something about it. Big difference. That's not a finisher. They're not getting things done. They want you to finish. And it was your turn to be on top? We don't know. Let me not take it there.
This has been Classes in Basic.
We out. It's 1 o'clock. Let me go recap one time. Recap. It says, so the first thing we talked about, when you recognize abundance recognize you. The second point we're talking about is when you have abundance mindset, you're steady in you're steady. You have abundance mindset when you're not worried about somebody else being in lack. And then Jono, when I jumped out, he jumped in and said the importance of writing down your abundance and writing out your day. When you write out your day and where you're going, guess what's going to happen? You create your day. The last thing we're going to say, the abundance mindset you actually begin to recognize options. When you see the options that you have, when you have an abundance mindset, that's when you get it. Then also the last thing we said, that abundance mindset makes you sexy. Let me say that. I'm too sexy for my. It makes you too sexy. See, a lot of times you got to realize when you have that abundance mindset, it makes you sexy. Join us tomorrow as we continue this talk on the abundance mindset. When you have this abundance mindset, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? Oh my God. What we're going to talk about tomorrow is going to be amazing. But you know what time it is. If you're watching this, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. But you know, when you hear this sound, you know what it's time to do. It's time to go down. This is the thinking class. This is when spirituality and the game collide. You have what? That's called the thinking class. This is when spirituality and the game collides. You have the what? Thinking class. And you know what it's time to do. You guys know it. I hate to do this to you, but you need to join tomorrow to finish what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We may go a little bit further in that, going into that, abundance make you sexy. Some of y'all lost your sexiness. That's why you don't have the abundance. When you have the abundance mindset, it makes you sexy. But I'm sorry, you got to do it. Jono, salute to you, bro. Froze up.
Yeah, I know the picture froze.
We out of here. Peace. You know what time it is when that horn, that trumpets come on. This is the thinking class, where spirituality and the game collides. And if you don't get it, it is your own ass fault. You know what this sound means? Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Nothing but love for you. But we out of here. Join us tomorrow on time, 12:30, prompt. Eastern Standard Time for part 4 on the Abundance Man Mindset. You know what it is? We are. Hey. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. One more time for those in the back of the classroom who are a little late. I see you listening. But we got to go. If you missed it, you missed it. The thinking class. We out of here. It's live. Yeah. Thinking class. Tell your mama, cousin, them.